What's going on, everybody? Super Saiyan Paul here, back at it again. Today we got another interesting Dragon Ball Super video, but before we jump into this one and some Dragon Ball movie spoilers, I want you guys to smash that like button, subscribe, as well as turn on the notifications. This way you guys are up to date on every single thing that we do with Dragon Ball Super relations into the future, as well as what's the future of the Dragon Ball series type of news and information and articles that we're going to be going over. So today we're going to be talking about the origins of Yamoshi. Yamoshi is a pun for Moyashi. If you guys didn't already know, Saiyans are named after vegetables. They're a pun on vegetables, and we know that Kakarot is like carrot, Vegeta is vegetable, Tarbell is vegetable, Bardock being some type of thing in Japan called burdock, Broly being broccoli, and Kaba being cabbage, things of that nature. And Yamoshi is named after Moyashi, which is the Japanese term for bean sprouts. So if we dive further into the origins of Yamoshi, backdating to some of the interviews that Akira Toriyama's done in the past, he's spoken about him for a very long time, and a lot of people regarded these things as basically the Saiyan legends. So the origin of Yamoshi, where did this show up? So it goes to say is that, was the legendary Super Saiyan what Frieza feared? And according to Akira Toriyama, this origins was basically saying that the legendary Super Saiyan from Legend is Yamoshi, in the same type of fact that he was a righteous Saiyan, a righteous heart, and he was the Saiyan known before Planet Vegeta. He and his 5 comrades started a rebellion, but when they were cornered by warriors, he became a Super Saiyan for the first time, and through his transformation and fighting style, shocked the other Saiyans while outnumbered. While he wore himself out and was defeated, this is only the beginning of his legend. Afterwards, Yamoshi's spirit wandered in the continuous search of 6 righteous-hearted Saiyans, seeking a new savior, Super Saiyan God. That's why there's a ceremony to become the Super Saiyan God, the Super Saiyan God ritual. It is said also that Yamoshi had an ability to transform into a yellow ape. Now this hasn't been 100% confirmed, but that one's what it's been said. And he was incredibly powerful to his Super Saiyan God state. He was seen battling against great apes and dodging most of their attacks, proving his immense power, but his power disappeared as quickly as it came. And Akira Toriyama had said this a while back, but Akira Toriyama had planned a story on Yamoshi, and people thought at the time there was a chance that he was going to introduce him in a movie or an episode. Now, he hasn't been 100% confirmed for an episode, and Dragon Ball Super has ended, so this really brings forth the question to Dragon Ball Super Movie 2018, is that Yamoshi we're seeing in the trailers? He connects to all of the lore in Dragon Ball Super thus far, and if you go all the way back to the Battle of Gods arc or the movie, he was hinted at and regarded in a very, very interesting way. Like, Beerus's dream could have been talking about him the entire time rather than Goku, or Goku could be a reincarnated version of Yamoshi where his spirit lies. Because of the fact that Yamoshi has a tail, we know that he can become a great ape, and since we already have confirmed this under the full moon, in the Dragon Ball Super teaser trailer for the movie that's going to be dropping in December, the Saiyan that shows up has a tail. It's actually hidden next to the fur. And Yamoshi is also the first known Super Saiyan in the history of the 7th universe. His power led to a rebellion against the Saiyans. We know this despite the strength of the Super Saiyan form and him being defeated. It's what created the Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God legend. Now at this point in time, it's almost as if they created these 2 legends simultaneously, and it's what haunted Frieza as well as created the thrill in Beerus's dream. The reason why Shenron knows about Yamoshi and the power of the Saiyan God is because a Namekian elder empathized with the spirit of Yamoshi and wrote about him in the Namekian Book of Legend. So overall, what we know is that Yamoshi was a righteous-hearted Saiyan, he led a rebellion, he created both the Super Saiyan God, and legendary Super Saiyan legends all simultaneously in a way. Not only that, his spirit has been wandering for 6 Saiyans throughout time, and he has the ability to turn into a great ape at will because he still has his tail. Now, if you look at the Dragon Ball Super movie teaser trailer at this point in time, we'll get more information on this and maybe a confirmation within the next 2 months when the real trailer probably drops. But for now, this character that's showing up right before us, if they show his full face and he resembles Goku in a way, it could potentially be that Goku was reincarnated from him. Now, how his origins and how it links to the future collide is not really explained here, but we know is that he's an ancient Saiyan, he's super powerful, and maybe if his power disappeared as quickly as it came, we're not exactly sure as to how he died. If he was just killed in battle, or did he really just disappear the minute the power disappeared? You never know if they could have put a spin on that. What we do know is that Akira Toriyama's had a lot of big plans for Yamoshi since the minute Super Saiyan God was introduced. That legend has been passed down and down time and time again, and I think he took it to a new level, because if you compare it to what had happened back on Planet Namek, back in Dragon Ball Z, with Vegeta talking about the legend of the Super Saiyan, he took it to a new level with Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods and the arc in this entire series. Now, for them not to use this new character as Yamoshi, I want you guys to tell me in the comment section below, do you think that this will be a wasted character if they don't? The reason why I prefer this character to be Yamoshi, if they do in fact confirm that this is Yamoshi, one of the things that a lot of people overlooked in Dragon Ball Super, especially the final moments of the Tournament of Power, there's still like half of the community that agrees with this and half of the community that doesn't. Jiren was such a wasted villain. Like, honestly, he had zero and little to no development until the very end. We barely knew his backstory. He didn't really have that many things going for him. Frieza technically stole that spotlight from him at the very end. I think there was more hype around what Frieza did more than Jiren. Jiren was fodderized. If you look at the history of Yamoshi, his whole legacy, his origin, and everything that connected thus far, especially with the past two Dragon Ball movies, him being the Super Saiyan legend, the arc of Tournament of Power having Kale and the legendary Super Legend actually featured in the show, all of these things connect to Yamoshi's legend. It all fits, and it's really cool to see an ancient Saiyan show up after how long, and actually seeing a tail on this one in the canonized story. So if this movie was canon, seeing a super powerful Saiyan show up with the tail, you fit the origins of everything that we knew thus far. You were the one that we saw in Beerus' dream, the one that Beerus actually wanted to fight. All of this hype adds to this character right off the start without even getting to know him. And if his character design matches Goku, it builds it up even more. The meaning for the fight will just be intensified. On top of that being a movie, with this already having a super huge hype train and coming back after a hiatus of no Dragon Ball content and probably launching a new series, it makes the most sense to have this character developed as possible, as much as possible, because the more developed a character is, the better the arc or movie is going to be, the better the villain's going to be, and more cemented in the story. I think with Dragon Ball Super, what we know is that I think the characters that stand out the most to me is Frieza, Beerus, not necessarily Jiren. I think Goku Black would rank over that. I think those three are my big three for the characters that stand out in terms of like villains of the entire series, like Frieza, Beerus, and definitely Goku Black. The reason why is because Hit was a quiet character. He wasn't necessarily super loud and out there. Yes, he was developed more than Jiren in some ways rather than others, but him and Jiren, their characters weren't exactly like out there in your face and very unique. They were almost carbon copies of one another in some regards, and if you look at Frieza, you can tell what his personality is like. Zamasu / Goku Black, it was something brand new and something that fan theories had speculated upon for years, and it came into fruition. That's what made that so unique. And then you look at Beerus, someone this cocky, and he's a god. He fits the role and the persona so well that him coming out of nowhere right after Dragon Ball Z had ended for so many years, it fit him at the perfect timing as well. So with Yamoshi having all of this lore and seeing a new character show up on screen and having a very, very cool personality to match, this will cement this character into the series and franchise, build up the hype train, have them take this to the next level, and be the perfect way to launch the series. This is why I hope that it is him, because if it is, everything works out. They're not going to repeat the same mistakes they did with Jiren. And the thing that they did with Jiren at the end there was that they didn't have enough time to build his characters right at the end. They wasted too much time on other things such as Ribrianne and whatnot, and fillerized content during the Tournament of Power. What they've done here is that they've created a lore that dates back over 131 episodes ago. Because it started with the movies technically, so if you wanted to count that, all the way from 2013, if you wanted to count the minute Super Saiyan God appeared. If not, you count it all the way back to the original Super Saiyan legend back in the days when Vegeta was preaching on Namek about this legendary Super Saiyan that Frieza had once feared. It connects literally everything, it fits the character more, his legend, his story, and maybe showing some character development as to where he's going to start and where he's going to end in the movie. It all builds up and creates a fully fleshed out character rather than having this be a new Saiyan or someone that was just fighting underneath like the other ancient Saiyans. It makes more sense for it to be Yamoshi. It's been a lot more hype around that, and I think Yamoshi being the best character to fit this new movie would probably be the best way to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe for more. We'll be having more Dragon Ball Super news, information, and updates, as well as discussions in the comments and future stuff on this channel. Until then, everybody, take care. Peace.